Hey, good evening. Just finishing up some club paperwork here, getting my conference reports together. Paperwork's always one of those challenges. Communication is probably the single biggest challenge we have at the local club level. Trying to get information to and from parents, to and from Pathfinders, to and from the conference. The challenge works both ways. They'll argue we don't give them what they need, and we'll argue that they don't give us what we need. In fact, 30 years ago when I started doing this, everything went by paper. And we'd stand at the door of the Pathfinder room at the end of the meeting, and we'd hand each child their permission slip for the camp out for that weekend, hoping above all hopes that they would take it out and hand it to their parents when they got in the car. But a week later, when they were supposed to bring those forms back in, we'd get maybe 20%. And when we'd start tracking it down, the parents had never seen the form, even though it had been handed to their child just moments beforehand. It's the same today. I swore for years I was not going to text people. I just wasn't going to do that. And yet it has turned out that that's really the only way to do it. Email worked great. You could send the forms home as PDFs and they would look at them and send them back. But now I hear from parents that they only check their email once a month or so. The text message seems to be the way to go. But trying to sit down and type in all of those individual numbers can be time consuming. You can have a list in your phone, but again, I want to add more things than that. So I was talking to a friend of mine who's a school teacher, and she introduced me to a program online called Remind.com. That's REMIND.com. That's designed for teachers to do classroom management and sending information out to parents. And I've found it to be extremely effective in notifying parents and Pathfinders about the specifics of upcoming meetings, about campouts, about emergency snow announcements, all of those kinds of things, because it allows me to type in one message and send it to their email, their phone, and any other device that they have agreed to put onto the system. So let me take that and show you what it looks like. I'm not going to be an expert on it, but I'll show you how to get in, how to set up some basic things, and you may find it's really effective for what you're doing. Thank you. You first come onto the website, there's a place to sign up in 2 locations, and you can also log in if you've already set up your information. They're going to want an email address, a password, and a couple of other very basic pieces of information. The first level is free, so you can run most Pathfinder clubs without any cost to do this at all. So let me click on the login here, come into it, and we'll take a look. Here's my list of classes over on the left. I include my junior Sabbath school, some work information, my Pathfinder group, my Pathfinder staff, as well as our Pathfinder drama team are all listed here. Across the top, I can see the messages that I've sent, files that I can attach to it, people that are in the listing, and I can change my setting. So since we're talking about Pathfinders, I'll go down and click on the Pathfinder list. It's going to show me the messages. And over here on the right are the messages that I have sent out, including attachments that have gone with it. On the left side, I have a listing of all the people who have received it or not yet seen it, indicated by the light or dark type. If I want to put in a message, I can simply come down here to the bottom and type in my message. Meeting tonight at 7 at the church. And click on it and off it goes. It's ready to go, except we're not meeting at the church tonight, so I'm not going to say that. I'll simply cancel it out, discard it, and it brings it back here to me. I can search for individual people and see the messages that I've been working with there. Again, we can go back and we can see files that we can attach. I can see the list of people who are signed up for it. And to add those in, I'll come over and click on the Add People button. I'm going to type in their first and last name. I also add the word either email or text after that so that I can tell which one I'm sending it to. Normally I send to both. And then you'd enter the data in here. I actually set this up at registration and the parents enter it themselves. So they're typing in their phone number, they're typing in their email. That way there's no mistaking what's being said. And then when we're done with 5 people, we click on the Add button and the program sends out an invitation to that email or that phone number and invites them to join the class. It makes it extremely easy for them to join. Once they're in, I cannot see that contact data. So I don't have any way to send them extra stuff. They've only agreed to the one class. And that makes it really easy to make them feel secure. So give it a try, check it out. Again, there are other applications, but I find this one really great and it's simple to use. So I hope you find that application a useful thing for you to try to use. It is relatively secure, keeps the kids protected because it is designed for school use. Doesn't do everything, doesn't have all the bells and whistles. There are other apps out there that do similar sorts of things. But that's the app I have found to be extremely useful for my club. So I encourage you to check it out, try it out, see if it works for you. God bless.